I've been collecting all this stuff for the last several months just to bring you these autumn specials. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and I've got everything from beautiful Czechoslovakian glass from the 1930s to Woolworth dime store pheasant salt and pepper shakers. So raise a glass of your favorite peach luster, pumpkin spice, whatever it is, and stay tuned.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Okay, now I'm going to take a few of these out to the kitchen counter. We're going to do a close-up and you'll see exactly what's for sale this week in the Old Curiosity Shop. So thanks for tuning in, and go and get your favorite pumpkin spice libation. I'll be right back. Well, hello again, folks. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and I'm back with my second installment of autumn decor items. Everything you see here was thrifted by me from local thrift shops or flea markets in my area, and it all conjures up the warm amber, russet, and yellow, golden yellow feeling of the autumn season. I found some more wonderful things. So if you missed out on anything on that first auction, maybe you'll find something here today that you'd like to incorporate into your home decor. Now, it's all for sale, it's all for auction in the Old Curiosity Shop. That's the eBay store, and the link to my store is in the description box below. Okay, if you would like the full effect, go back and watch last Monday night's video. You'll see everything on the dining room table, and this is just what's for sale this time.
A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you, a cozy corner, a table for two.
Today's cup of coffee is brought to you by one of the better glass companies of the 1930s. It's a nice amber cup and saucer. Haven't really looked up that pattern yet. I'm going to take a bite of my ginger snap. And I hope you guys will pour yourself. Oh, there he is talking with his mouth full. Okay, get on with the show. Alright, hold on. Okay, now that I'm not going to be rude and smack my lips, let's get on with the show. This is a beautiful piece. It's the newest piece that I've got here, I believe. Stengel Pottery Company had this wonderful pattern called Town and Country. And even though I believe this was a 1970s pattern, it echoes spongeware from an earlier time period, made in Trenton, New Jersey, the capital of my home state, and just about 60 miles away from here. The Town and Country pattern. That's beautiful. And this is hand-painted pottery, by the way. There's one lone pheasant shaker, and that's a made in Japan piece. The holes are under his beak. I don't know where his partner is, but you could still just display him just like that. I think it's cute. I guess this looks like this is made of pewter. It's a little coal bucket. We had some glass buckets, coal buckets, the last time. Fill that up with candy corn and it would make a nice favor or candy dish. There are some hallmarks on the bottom. I can't really make it out. I like it. This might not look like much, but I was excited to find it, and I'm going to turn it upside down and see if you can make out a little bit. Aha! You barely see the outline of a keystone, and you might even see the letters Y and P. The keystone, of course, for the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, the Y and the P for York pottery. Later to be Pfaltzgraff. The Pfaltzgraff family started making crocks in York, Pennsylvania in the 18-something. And by the time we get into, well, of course, Pfaltzgraff is known for all of its modern dishes that we see. But this is a piece that's going to date way back to, I think this is a 1930s piece, sweet little piece of York pottery made by the Pfaltzgraff family. That's a nice little vase. I love the size of it. Probably L.E. Smith. They're the ones that did most of the black glass. This one is black glass, and it's got some hand-painted effects on it. That wasn't done by somebody in their home. It was done in the factory. It's chipping off in a few places, but it just reminds me of the crumbled leaves of the autumn season. That's a nice, could be a nice candy dish there. A metal tray, probably from the 60s. I don't think there's anything on it. There's nothing on it. But it has fall colors. You could serve bread on that. I've got a feeling this is Jeanette. They did a lot of this color. Well, everybody did marigold, but I've seen many baskets made by Jeanette. This one is a nice basket weave style. I don't see the basket weave as often as I see, I can't even think of the other styles. But a little iridescent piece, that's going to be 1940s, 50s, 60s. Not an old piece of carnival glass, but iridescent. These all, of course, make wonderful, well, let's go ahead and do it, right? This is what you're waiting for. They make wonderful potpourri containers. And I've got some water dripping off of this bag, so ignore that if you see any water droplets. Get in there. These things all came from a local thrift shop. Okay, you get the idea. I bought these little laurel pieces because they were unused. Laurel meaning the peach luster made by Fire King, and of course it says Fire King under there. You could bake little individual pumpkin pies in those if you wanted. This peach luster will rub off if you wash these aggressively. These pieces were, this is new unused, old unused is what I'm supposed to say. So I've got 4 little laurel peach luster berry bowls there. It was very popular in the 1950s. Chicken, hen, rooster, you choose. And she is having a nice time on his or her nest. Now what I like is the nest is not actually a nest, but it's the rest of the chicken. It's the lower half of the chicken. So it's not chicken in a basket, it's chicken on its own body. I don't see who made it. Of course, many people made these things. L.E. Smith, Westmoreland, on and on and on. But this is a really pretty one in amber, don't you think? And I do like the way the body of the chicken is a complete chicken. A really pretty depression glass, elegant bowl back there. I've not yet been able to identify this pattern. It's not in the Florence book that I flipped through, the Jean Florence book that I flipped through. Very unique, very 1930s when you see the edges that are sort of angled off like that. And those funny little points always remind me of the Mount Pleasant pattern by L.E. Smith. This isn't Mount Pleasant. I spilled water in it. It's in great shape. You're not going to find any dishwasher damage or calcium residue on these. Maybe an occasional scratch from use. That's really a gorgeous bowl. And look, it's just the color of warm honey. Now, those of you who say you don't like amber glass, I know, but look at that. It's liquid honey. All right, enough. Made by the Hall Company, not Watt Pottery. They made apples too, but this is the Blushing Apple by Hall. The big cookie jar. So many of our grandmothers had these. How many of you remember this sound? Or tried not to make that sound when you were trying to sneak cookies out of Granny's jar? Granny could hear this sound from 5 miles away, couldn't she? Get out of that cookie jar! Alright, no chips or cracks. Oftentimes these are all scuffed up. You can just imagine from heavy usage. No kitchen grease on it, as I said, in really good condition if you're looking for one of these. Even the lid is chip-free, the inside is clean. It's big. It's going to be a little bit of a beast to ship as far as shipping goes, so I apologize if you're in Texas or California. Shipping is going to be what it is, and that's going to have to go in a nice, probably 12 by 12 by 12 box to get it wherever it's going safely. 1940s, 50s, those are being reproduced. Watch out. When you turn them upside down, you might see made in China, made in Portugal, made in Taiwan. Those are the new ones. That's an old one, an enamelware turkey platter. Yeah, I like that. Got a whole bunch of King's Crown plates here. There might be 10 of them. We're familiar with this pattern, the ruby red flashed on thumbprint or King's Crown, and again there were a couple of companies that made these. Before I actually list these, and I'm filming this video before everything is listed, but by the time the video is up, everything will be listed. I'll know the actual maker. Because there were a couple of companies that made this particular pattern, and it was very popular in the 50s, and this amber pattern does sell. Beautiful on a yellow tablecloth. A full setting of it is gorgeous. Here's the little dolphin candlestick, and David told me, I don't remember what he said. I have to go back and look it up. I can't remember whether he said Cambridge or I think he might have said Cambridge. Again, I'll look it up. One single amber candlestick with the dolphin on it. This I'm pretty certain is Jeanette. Again, I apologize now because I haven't done my research yet because nothing's listed. But as I said, the specifics are going to be in the auction. So there's that bark or tree of life. And that's all embossed on the piece of glass there. A little vase. That's going to be a early 20th century, not early 20th century, that's one of those 1930s, 40s pieces. A nice piece of amberina here. Actually a beautiful piece of amberina. How about that? Where are my candy corns? You know, I promise you I have not had one of these yet. I'm really using my self-control. But let's see. Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, you can't see the pretty amberina anymore. But you get the idea. My rule is no candy corn at least until the first day of autumn, and we're about 10 days away from that. Here's a little pottery wall pocket, which has the colors of fall on it in the shape of a little dust pan, probably made in Japan. Hang that on your kitchen wall this autumn and put all kinds of things down in there. Your keys, your eyeglasses, your false eyelashes. A little piece of glass that is blown, rough pontil, got a little applied decoration there in orange. That's pretty. Buttons and daisy and bow and button and all kinds of stuff. Amberina boot there. Is that Fenton? Could be. I don't know. A restaurant-ware plate that is, let's see, I can't see, you're trying to see, oh, it's Buffalo China. Little restaurant-ware plate with an orange band on it. You could do lots with that. Wow, how exciting is it to find a Masterberry bowl with all 6 of its matching berry bowls. This is probably going to date to the 20s, and it's a carnival glass set or just an iridescent set. So here are the individual bowls in marigold, and they're all in excellent. This must have been put away in a closet somewhere. There are 6 of them. And then there's the big Masterberry bowl. Let's pull that out and take a closer look at it. Really pretty colors. I love the iridescence. Of course, it's clear glass. And I can't remember when the last time was I found a Masterberry bowl as old as this, still retaining all 6 of its little berry bowls. Serve your apple pan dowdy in that, and Martha Stewart will be knocking on your door. Ellie Smith made these in many different sizes, and they were sold at Woolworths. Black glass was all the rage in the 30s. And on this side, we have a sterling silver decoration. And if you zoom in, you'll see the word sterling right there. They were proud to put sterling right carved into the leaf. Put that back with that. You could display it either way. A nice tall candy dish on a pedestal, again in a beautiful amber color with a nice design. I like that design. It's nice to see something with sort of just almost a deco design rather than embossed with a bunch of grapes and leaves. Although I like grapes, I just like the way that looks. Made in Poland is this black and orange enamel teapot. Now let's make sure it's Polish and not Czechoslovakian. It is indeed. You see that right there? Okay, made in Poland. And you could use this. This is going to date to, I believe, before the war. It's a nice enamel teapot, and I don't see any damage on it. I don't see any damage on it. Let's get the lid off. Some of the chipping on the inside of the enamel there, but it's clean relatively. Get an SOS pad down in there. Okay, not an SOS pad, something a little less abrasive than that. And you're all set for tea. Underneath is a nice platter with, I guess, poppies on there. This is from the Depression era. It's cream colored with the autumn colored flowers, which look like poppies. It's nice and heavy. We turn it over, and it is Bennett Bakeware from the 1930s. That would be nice with slices of zucchini bread. We still have a little zucchini bread hanging on, but pretty soon it'll be pumpkin bread or my favorite cookies, hermits. I'm going to be making some hermits not too long from now. And then Anchor Hocking made these leaves. And they made them in ruby red, which here is sort of almost a darker color, and there's a little hint of amberina around the edges, just a hint of it. These came in, oh goodness, everything. Jadeite, ruby red, forest green, and it's just a little candy dish. We don't get too many figural dishes or decorative dishes from Anchor Hocking. So it's nice to have that, especially in red. And we need a little bit of red glass when we're looking at the autumn season. Did we get everything? You'll notice that wasn't supposed to be there. No, you're too anxious. Just hold off for a few more weeks and we'll get into the Christmas. Alright, that's it, I think. Did I tell you about everything? Blah, 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 blah. I think so. Alright, let me back up and let you see it all. Beautiful items, all up for auction right now in the Old Curiosity Shop, and the auction will run for 7 days. Now join me again next Monday for our third Monday night special, and the third Monday night special next week is Christmas in September. That's right. And then I'll be back again last Monday in September for another autumn haul. Okay, everyone, I hope it's cooling off where you are. It's cooling off where I am. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now.